Good morning, grasshoppers. Irina. Oh no, that's terrible. That's what happens when that's what happens when you live in a third world country. Ye gats. You should move to like Japan. I mean, come on. Great quote this morning from our favorite mutual book, Destiny, or Destination. I'm drawing a blank right now. We don't rise to our occasions. We fall to the level of our practice. We fall to the level of our training. And often that is where we average out, unfortunately. Which is pretty profound, because I feel that often, every other day, just when I've achieved major goals. I've achieved major successes. I've gained major amounts of rating points. And then next thing I know, I'm right back to square one. Which is really too bad, right? Monday mornings are always tough. Good morning, Nico. How was your weekend, Irina? We didn't get around to doing what we said we were going to do yesterday, Irina. I'm going to outline the book for you later today. Are you at work? Or are you at home? Just have to set a time. All right. Well, let's just choose what we're going to be doing here. The other great thing about this is that I don't feel rushed. Let's give it the old knight c3 for the moment. Nice. Red wine or white? Red wine or white? Some people say, or at least I have heard, that it should be I am willing. Although in that particular position, darn it, I missed my chance for knight takes f7. Knight takes f7 in that position. Darn it. I missed the chance there as well. Or I missed the chance there for you gots, folks. What in the world is going on? I don't even know where to begin here. But let's try there. In between moves central. In between moves central. God, I'm so torn as to what I want to do with this player. But okay. Can I play it that way now? Bishop to d5. Interesting. I don't think that stops my primary threat, though. Soju. Nice. Soju. I'm putting that on my shopping list. I don't think that you can drink that much soju in your 5'7" frame. That could mean that you were fairly plastered. Nico, good morning, sir. What is going on here? Oh, I forgot my my screen is a little smaller than usual. My apologies. Control 0. Let's do that. Traditional. This weekend, Ron Hay actually played what I thought was a really good model game against me, Nico. He filled in for you yesterday, and you should definitely check out Ron's game versus me yesterday. He played b4, and I was very impressed. I was very impressed. Whoops. Can't let you grab that much of the center. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to think that my knight doesn't belong on c6. But how do I get it to d7 in a hurry? That is the question. How do I get my knight to d7 in a hurry? What in the world? I do want the white squared bishop. I might also want the dark squared bishop. Now we have 2 pawn breaks with c5. Let's do it. Not that anyone should ever have a problem. With king safety. Are you overworked enough? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yes, yes, but now my bishop is protected. Now my bishop is protected. Or is it? How much do I get out of this deal? Queen takes h7, check, king f8. And now for something completely different. Can I really walk out of this alive? I don't want you on that square. That's the ticket. That's the ticket. What is no checks? That's what you're threatening? That's what you're threatening. What is my opponent's intention? To remove the defender of my rook with check. Let's just step out of danger here just a wee bit. And now for something completely irrelevant. Where is that knight going? Oh no! Alright, Nico. You got me. I forgot how the knight moved. For example, that's it. Belgrade Gambits. Yes, the Belgrade Gambit is very popular. Belgrade Gambit. E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6. I think it's in the 4 knights. I believe this is the Belgrade Gambit. I'm not entirely positive, but I think this is the knight to d5, somewhere along the lines of this is the Belgrade Gambit. It went. No, I mean, I didn't have to play that. It was very annoying. I should have played rook to a rook to a1 and gone after the a2 pawn and gotten an outside pass pawn. So bishop e7 is not the best move. Knight to c6. Oh no, I had to play my bishop back right. Knight to c6 was not the best move. Knight d5 followed by knight to d7 is the best move. Yes. Make sure the tournament hasn't started yet. Ray the King. I'm going to call you on my Discord channel. That's what I'm going to do. If you don't mind. That's what I need to do. Alekine's defense. It's so bending, never quite pretending who we are. Good move. As I continue developing, grabbing the center. Let's tag some squares just in case. I don't need to lose any tempi here. Oh, darn it. I didn't need to do that. I did need to castle. Am I really worried about that? I am. A little bit. I am mildly concerned about that. And now for something completely different. Let's just keep on attacking. Rook d1 coming. So let's see here. Bishop takes, knight takes. Don't you think? Do I have to worry about this? Yeah, I have to continue. Whoa, I thought I moved over. Don't you think? Does he really see what I'm up to? This guy is good. I guess he didn't see what I was up to. Just trying to win a piece here. Don't mind me. What? Oh no. Yeah. Alright, I want to see that one again. Darn it. I was doing so well in that game, I thought. I enjoyed every minute of that exact sacrifice. So in this one, I should have just castled. Rook to b1 was bad. But knight a5 was worse. Bishop to d3, queen d5, castles, a6, and queen e2 was a little questionable. Yeah, there we go. Queen e1 and takes. And it's equal. I could have lived with that. What? That was it? 3 rounds? You gods, everybody. Ron didn't even get a chance to play. I did drunk commentate some matches. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Nico sent me into a death spiral. So what happened? Maybe Ron just couldn't make it. I don't blame him. He probably registered and then meant to come back for the 3rd round, when it's truly his lunch hour. Rook to b5. I agree. I thought rook to b5 as well. Definitely should have given it a shot. But no, if I castle, I'm fine. That's the problem. If I castle instead of rook to b1. I overlooked that the b7 pawn is hanging on knight takes d4. My king is still in the center, so bishop takes, queen takes there, so he doesn't have time to do anything. Yuck. But that's alright. More time for instructional content. Mad Quick Chess in the house. Did I give Arena hers? So in this particular position, takes c5. And now I really do need to capitalize on this. So takes. He takes c5. Just rook on f to d1, threatening d takes c5. Yeah. Silly me. The really cool part with what we missed here is that in this particular position, with or without bishop takes f3, on castles I was going to play bishop takes a6. Does this work? I have rook to b5 coming. And then doubling rooks. Is this true? Bishop takes f3, g takes f3, transposes. And I still have the weakness of my king. Yeah, that's the bummer. I did? Yeah, but I can't ever have enough of you. But I'm bummed. Not that I'll ever have a chance to prove it. Schmidt record broken. Now it's Jason Shaw. Wait a minute now. Oh yeah, that's correct. In the videotaped live contest. Ow, not that I'll never get a chance to prove it.
This nation knows you.
Maybe in Bhutan. Thank you for following, Lesa Rovisk. We've reached 1,930, I believe, on the subscribers. Is it? We have to wait then. We do have to wait. I am FIDE Trainer National Master John MacArthur. This is for our newest follower. Been a FIDE trainer since 2000 and X. Wow, they suggest I try f3 in this line. Check, check, f3 to avoid the exchanges. That's quite crazy. And this is still equal, of all things. Only now it's in my hands, the equality. Queen a4 check. King c8, rook takes c7, still equal. I like it a lot. Does it really work? King to e7, queen to a3 check. Good morning, SCC Savas. How are you? $50 a game. Yeah, I never go above 20 on as a personal 300 to 500 per day in Bhutan. We need to know somebody. We could go truly bohemian if there are no Airbnbs. After all, well, obviously, unless I'm traveling with you. But Unfortunately, the arena just ended. We first need to become Indian. Aren't we like Indian at our roots, at our core? Yeah, $10 to $20 sets keeps it friendly, and that way nobody actually gets into any major arguments or too much danger. That's crazy. I would never have imagined that this was also a perpetual check. That's because if you don't know who the ringer is, it's you. This is by the Masters. Yes, absolutely. Send the link in the Lee Chess here. Let's see if I can find it. I'm going to put it in viewer studies. Or did you already put it in viewer studies? No, I put it in viewer studies. All right, I'll be right back. Hold on here. There we go. So learn, study. Not GMs. So this is Daniel Angier. Wow. I have to slow down here just a little bit. I would probably play rook to c1, but knight on c to e5. I would still probably play rook to c1, threatening just what we were talking about before. Again, rook to c1 is played by stronger players. Oh, I take it back. Not in this position, according to Stockfish. What? Okay, got it. Bag. And not bishop takes f8. Now it's forced. I don't like the idea of knight takes b8. But it seems to be the best move. I would probably be going along the lines of queen to b2, queen to b4 check. That would be more along the lines of what I'd be thinking. So an FM and an IM walked into a bar. Bump. Again, I still think I might go with I take it back then. So I would go with queen to b2. Queen to d2. Just because I can avoid the offsetting of the material that way. But then queen to d4 on black's part, knight to f3. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Good X-ray defense. Rook to the 7th rank. Is that really necessary? After all, the bishop's trapped. Yeah. Yep, exactly. I exactly thought the same thing, Eriquito. And then e5. Well, that's a nice pawn fork. A good clearance for a pawn fork. Well, it looked pretty forced. This position, though, I don't understand why we don't go for normal stuff. Like e5, for example. e5, e4. There's no time to guard the b4 pawn. And the knight taking on e5 would be a loss of time for white. Yeah, actually, the SSC, that was the book that I was planning on working on with Irina. Because she likes the unusual openings as well. That's why I thought I would bring her into my Chessable book. She has good knowledge of a lot of random lines. Why do you think I was asking you? I wasn't asking you. Irina Chan. It's Irina Chan, by the way, if you're not already following. Our VIP guest in the chat. And I was wrong, by the way, it's Irina Chen. When we cleared out your bots the other day, then I refreshed my browser and all the bots went away eventually. I noticed that you had 12 or 13 viewers and the mods were included. Nice work. Yeah, I when I see absolutely new streamers, yeah, mods do count as viewers. I think when I looked, it had not refreshed. That might have been the problem with me. Since I was streaming, I didn't have time to wait for it and look again. A3 is more normal. C4 is pretty profound, I have to admit. Carlos Bulkorf has played this quite often. Let's see if it's mentioned in the 1B4 manual. I want to rewrite this book on behalf of a good friend of mine, the late trainer Nick Conticello, who worked with me on a number of unusual things, and here he was training and working with Yuri Lapshin. Oh, I didn't even realize Yuri had signed this book. That was very kind of him. It's even more valuable if I could have gotten Nick Conticello's signature. I have the book by Andy Soltis as well. Let's go straight to the index of openings. Oh no, that's another thing that's wrong with this book, is that they don't really have a complete overall index of openings. That's too bad, right? 1G4. All right, just for you, I'm going to do a memorable game. I think I won in like 20 moves against G4 in the World Open against a player who I didn't want to play against because he is a former convicted white slavery person. He would, I apologize because of your background, but Sam Sloan, who has run for and been elected to the policy board here in the United States, has been convicted of trafficking women from the Far East and should not be allowed anywhere near a chess tournament, in my mind, at all, ever. and it's just appalling. So one morning I woke up and I saw that I was going to be paired with him. I know, I saw that I was going to be paired with him, and it took me, I went through all sorts of harangues, and basically I was facing a fine if I did not play my game. But I basically objected. I showed up 59 minutes late to the game, and then he played G4 against me, and I just wiped the board with him. And actually, I never really wanted to ever show that game or save it anywhere, basically because of the nature of his persona and atrocities. This book only covers D5. Are you ready to write the book on B4 here, Nico? Saint-Cér's Folly? Yeah. Anthony Saint-Cyr was also a purveyor of very unusual openings. B4, D5, bishop to B2 is normally played. Okay. Yeah, this actually is the way it works. It starts with knight F3, and after D5, in order to prevent C5, it's B4. And this is also a defense as black against the reti, by the way. If I'm trying to recall. Actually, it's this way. So what is it called in this fashion? And this is the reference that I had to this opening. All right. 5:48. Ye cats. I planned on being at school on time today, but... So this book primarily plays bishop to b2, but this move is without purpose after b4, d5. So I kind of agree with Carlos here. Carlos Bolkorf. I definitely agree with Carlos Bolkorf. Yuri Lapshin did Jay Bonin. Jay Bonin has to win. He includes a lot of rapid and blitz games because he played this quite often. Bill Lombardi played b4? Oh no, he played it from knight f3, knight f6, b4. So we need more knight f3, knight f6, b4 games. So knight f3, d5, b4. Queen of d6 is a rarity. And c4 is the best move. Absolutely. e4, g5. Basman's defense, right? The late, rest his soul, Michael Basman. Let's see if I can find my memorable games. Did I do my memorable games yet? My memorable games. What? I only have one game in here at the moment? And it's the game against the AK and Nemsko? I was pretty sure I set aside 25 games here. How about memorable games? I definitely have a study already set aside because I did my Ben Johnson game. Okay. Master Chess Dojo's memorable game. So why didn't that show up? Sloan MacArthur. World Open 2021. Hold on, I need to open up ChessBase. I'll share the link to this one. That's the only one in there. Little memory. All right, experimenting with the latest ChessBase 17, by the way. Yeah, he played on for quite some time, and I did play d5. And basically, after bishop to g2, c6. And this, I don't necessarily know if it's forced to play, but g5 is going to be met by e5. So h3 is the most popular move. And I played e5 as advertised. And my opponent replied with the best possible move, d3, percentage-wise. Bishop to d6, I'm playing it like a Carl Khan. Not that hard. Now remember how I played against it. And he played a very strange move here. He has to play the move c4. But he played knight to c3, which has to be questionable since I'm just going to continue developing very, very normally. Black is already slightly better. And then he tried to strike out with e4, and I kept developing because I wasn't going to bite. All is well and good. And wait, just one moment. I'm off by one move. Bishop d6, knight c3, bishop e6. Oh, e4. I played knight to e7. And he attempted to trash me this way. I sentenced his bishop to oblivion. And then immediately started prodding the dark squares on the queen side, which he offered to sacrifice, but I wasn't willing to take them. So he starts to hunker down and defend his weaknesses. Then I decided to sandwich his bishop on that side of the board and break with h5. After all, this pawn does need some protection, so he played. Now remember, he is in the. This player is about not quite 2100. I think 2000, 2100. Let's promote this variation. Elmars, good morning. This game is for Arena Chan. She asked to see my 1G4 game versus the... Oh, and it was 2019 was the year. July 7th, 2021. 2019. And it was in round 8. Of 9. I actually withdrew from this tournament right after this. And I'm looking for a quizzical moment here for the most part. I am looking for a quizzical moment. But basically, after F3, A5, I need to turn off the engine here. Oops, I need to turn off the engine here, I meant it. Black to move in this position. Black to move. Candidates for black. Why can't you hear beautiful music? Music from the Far East? I'll turn up the music a little bit. Candidates for black in this position. Bingo. One better than par for Irina. Now you have to know that I'm going to be more forceful and purposeful, so I played bishop to b4. Like, look at the weakness of these dark squares, right? So I get a free move in here with bishop to b4. I'm not entirely sure of the absolute purpose of it, but the queen didn't have that many squares. I really wanted his queen on e2 just to highlight the loveliness of the bishop on of the knight on g1. Look at his kingside pieces. Like, the bishops have only one move each, the rook only has one move, and the knight only has one move. And the knight on d1 has no moves, and the queen has but one square to move to. But he surprised me. He played queen to c1, obviously with the intention of playing. Obviously with the intention of maybe playing this later, right? So, I want to keep my bishop from being entombed, so I'm actually going to keep increasing the pressure on the dark squares here and undermining everything. So while he attempts to get everything out... What? Hold on here. No, don't tell me this is not played yet. Hold on here. I apologize. So a5, king f2. I apologize. What's going on here? f3 is the 13th move of the game. I'm missing a move. I'm missing a move pair. I have to actually flip the board on my chess base just to see it. Oh, I'm trying the letter F. That doesn't work. I need to compare this position. So I already had knight to d7 in after knight to d1. So Irina got an extra point on her par. Knight e2, g5, bishop g3, h5. Got it. And after h5, f3, a5, king f2, bishop to b4 once again. But it's almost the same thing. This knight has no moves. This knight has no moves. The bishops have no moves. And queen to c1 was played because it was forced. I guess it would have been easier to find in that respect, right? I apologize. I haven't looked at this game. Usually before I do my game recaps, I go over the game beforehand so I know what's missing and what's what. So I will do this again later as an instructional video. Maybe. a3, bishop a5. After all, I want to be able to play c5, c4. He's almost getting his king castled. c5. King to g1, c4. He's almost got his pieces off the first rank with knight f2. So we lock up the entirety of the king side with h4. Because we're going to win this battle on the queen side. Now here, I'm very curious. I'm actually very curious. Really? I don't think it's that advanced, but it did remind me of it's even more interesting because I think I have to decide right about now what I'm going to be doing. The move I really wanted to play after h4 was king to f7. I distinctly remember thinking about this for a very long time. So that's why I wanted to check it, to see what's going on. But I played another move instead. Candidates for black. Knight c5. You're on it. Irina's on it before I could even say anything. Knight to c5. After all, this square is still very weak. And then king f7, yeah. Yeah, I remember distinctly wanting to play king f7, but for whatever reason I needed to play knight to c5 first. So my opponent replies with the potential to play b4. Candidates for black. Now, it's almost resignable right now or on the next move. Tell you the truth, I think I'm practically a queen up in this position, and nothing is really, no pawns have been exchanged, no pieces have been exchanged. Not a single piece has been exchanged yet. Oh, Irina. You are absolutely correct, Irina, on c takes d3, one of being one of the top moves, though. But the key move to me is the threat of the threat. Trying to get him to play the move. C takes d3. I mean, takes d4. Takes c4. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to be the first one to exchange. And obviously, yeah, I didn't want to be the most poetic thing about this entire game is that no pieces have been exchanged until move number 22. Not a single thing has been traded. I'm not even going to put his first name in to justify his existence. Because there are very few Sloanes in this world. I don't even want to acknowledge that I actually agreed to this game. So unfortunately now that he's put his queen on d1, my plan was to play bishop to b3, and he would really enjoy this position immensely. So knight takes d3 is forced. Your power returned. Oh. Yeah, I wanted to play this particular move. So I was setting it up for that. I literally knew that he had to play queen to d1. It was his only move after rook to c8. Or d takes c4, which I felt was also devastating. Because then my bishop comes in, his rook has no squares. I'm still threatening all of the above. The knight on e2 is being attacked, it has to be guarded, etc. So needless to say, in this particular position, after c takes, knight takes, the game almost plays itself at this point. Black to move. I think I have to refund you because I'm not able to play any games right now. I'm headed off to work. I do play b3 though on a regular basis. There are two moves that would be far more painful for any player on a hero request. There are three moves that I've never played in my Lichess opening repertoire as white. And I was informed the other day of this, basically. When you go to player, you'll see this, right? And then you can actually type in the name of a player. So I could look up It's Arena Chan's personal opening explorer this way. And you can actually prepare for people this way. And I don't mind if you do this for me because it will make me a stronger player. And that way, when you go back to the beginning, and then you have Master Chess Dojo set as your opening repertoire, or It's Arena Chan or Mad Quick Chess, then you can actually see that I've played 17 of the first 20 moves. In any event, we're back for a regularly scheduled game. Another really cool feature, if you know a particular player like Magnus Carlsen or Andrew Tang, if you really wanted to prepare for them, you can now do so. Candidates for black. Do I win this game without my rook on h8? Yeah, I actually win this game without moving my king or rook on h8. Knight to b3. But I'm not after material per se. I'm after absolute devastation. This opens the door for others. Hence the move order that I chose in this game, because I saw this continuation happening and then I made it happen. This is the whole purpose behind rook to c8 without capturing. He could have ruined it with d takes c4, that's true. Alright, time's up. So basically, the key still remains on the dark squares. He cannot capture with the pawn because his queen is still lost. So this is basically a clearance. This is the position that I was playing for. And he plays on. He plays on. He actually stops me from taking on that square. And I'm about to take even more material now. I'm threatening this, that, and the other thing. It is unfortunate that I had to capture material to win this game. But basically, he resigned here. And we can do the computer analysis on this one at this point. It was pretty cool, I have to admit, but basically the whole game right up until move 21 was just played effortlessly. I think I spent about 10 minutes on this game because I did not want to be at the board. When he went in for any lengthy think, I left the board. I left the board to watch the good players playing on the Grandmasters and International Masters playing on the one side of the room because I was not far from them. But yeah, right up to this moment, and this was the whole purpose behind rook to c8, which the computer doesn't like because of d takes c4. Oh, maybe I don't get it? Is that it? Do I not get the same experience here? And I might have to play king f7. That would have been a real deflation. Bring the other rook in. But I'm basically up, according to this, I'm up nearly a queen on this move. And even if he'd found a better move, like he was down a queen in this particular move, or very close to it, rook to b1. Like, was there another move? f4? I did think that he had to play f4. On a number of occasions, he just had to sacrifice a pawn and try to extract himself. But this whole purpose here, c takes d3, knight takes d3, and he has to not recapture. According to the computer, he has to play b4. And now, I agree. The computer doesn't even know which one is better. And a dirty pig. Oh, and if you saw him, oh my god. I don't even want to, I cannot, like if you saw what this guy looks like. I don't know how anyone would go near him, let alone female. There's just no way. Like there has to be something. But meanwhile, I'm going to hear about it from his lawyers, I know, because I probably shouldn't be speaking like that. Needless to say, as it turns out, it was a very nicely played game. 12 points, material up. Did I have a better move other than bishop takes f1? No. The longer I let it sit on this, I bet I can reach 13 or 14 points in material ahead. Let's just see, Savas. I would actually go with the free books on Chessable. Whoops. I would go with the free books on Chessable. And you can follow me on Chessable as Master Chess Dojo. And I think you can message me. I'm not entirely sure. I have to check to see if I'm open to messages on Chessable. If I'm not, I'm going to open myself up to messages on Chessable. That way I can let you know what's what. Yeah, 14. I reached 14 points ahead. The longer it thinks about the position, the more that number will increase, and it should probably increase to mate. So I haven't actually, this was played in Paris. This particular game was played in Paris, I believe. I didn't think that I won this game. I played this in an over-the-board tournament. Bishop takes f3. So anyway, let me share that in the Discord as well. My memorable games. Where's my Discord channel? So yes, I am serious about that Chessable course arena. Oops, that was a mistake. Yeah, I literally gave away a pawn. And I didn't need to do that. All I had to do in this particular position was just move over and take the pawn. But I liked having the outside pass to a pawn. It really didn't matter. I was just going to walk over and take his pawn with my rook. Because he's so entombed over there. And now he's down an entire rook, and I can just walk over. Oh, am I mating him? Oh yeah, I think I am mating him. First things first, I just need to zugzwang him. Can he do anything? Oh, he tried to free himself this way. A3, bishop to b5. But it didn't really matter. I was just going to shove my pawn until I take his rook. And then he zugzwanged and he has to move. Unless he moves his bishop off the diagonal, then I get to checkmate him with a pawn. Irina, MD Knight Zero, how are you? Just going over some of my memorable games. I put the link in the Discord. For anyone watching, you'll see all of my socials available there. Please follow me on Twitter. I think I'm reaching 1,500 on Twitter now, even though it doesn't really mean anything, because the whole platform is going to pot. As we speak, the whole platform is going to pot. Meanwhile, I must exit stage left. Let me give MD a quick shout out. I can't shelve it myself because it still seems to be normal. For the most part, I think we're sheltered from it, but there may be something going on that I don't know. Chris, have a great day. I hope you're not working yet. It's very early in the morning for you too. I hope you have a normal work schedule. Irina, I hope you have a lovely day at work, and I hope your power, now that your power has returned. Please join the Discord for those study links. Stream study links. I renamed it to Stream Study Links. And of course, subscribe to the YouTube if you can, because I will be doing as much material on there as I possibly humanly can. And we're going to raid the Mighty Jack. Who has brought me quite a number of followers, I believe. He's a good man, and he really, really analyzes. Nice, your heater is up. God help us, Irina. I don't want you ever, ever to be cold. Okay? Sending you warmth and love. Namaste, everyone. All right. In any event, rolling the ending credits. Thank you, everyone. It has been a pleasure, especially with Irina Chan here. Be certain to follow not only Jack, but Mad Quick Chess. And it's Irina Chan. Cheers and ciao, everyone. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.